The large pot tilts to one side, tons of molten iron pour down. This is not orange juice, but molten iron with a temperature up to 1400 degrees. You need to know, when the human body temperature reaches 42 degrees Celsius, life will begin again, while molten iron at 1400 degrees can make you disappear in an instant. But this iron-carrying vehicle can easily transport molten iron. How to do this? The reason lies in the large pot on its back. It is made from heat-resistant materials, mainly including high alumina bricks and a group of clay bricks. Its capacity is also very large. It can carry hundreds of tons of metal waste at once. The main job of this vehicle is to travel between the steel furnace and the pile of waste. This is very dangerous for the driver, so the daily salary of the driver is much higher. In addition, the driver must also know how to operate a bulldozer to clean up the waste that falls on the ground. This bulldozer can easily move on molten waste. This cannot be mentioned without mentioning the protective chain on the tires. It is made from high-quality alloy steel material, which can effectively protect the tires from molten waste. This type of metal waste is actually not safe at all. A worker once tried to pour water in to cool it down, but unexpectedly an explosion occurred. In a moment, molten iron splashed everywhere. I don't know if the person filming the video is okay. So the question is, do you know why molten metal will explode when it comes into contact with water? The secret behind the gloves that can withstand both fire and knife cuts. It can even withstand temperatures up to 1300 degrees Celsius. You need to know that when doing heavy work, regular gloves are indispensable equipment. They can protect your fingers from significant wear and tear. However, if they are cut by a weapon, they cannot avoid being damaged. Therefore, a company has developed a pair of extremely durable gloves. To verify its reliability, people use a hammer to hit it hard, but it seems to feel nothing, or even switch to sharp tools to cut a few lines on the gloves. It does not cause any impact on it. Even using a flamethrower to burn it, it still faces calmly. How is this possible? And the secret is that the outside is made from extremely special bulletproof material. In addition, the gloves are divided into 2 layers of structure, and the inner layer material has a cut resistance. It can even withstand 5 levels. The material is extremely durable carbon fiber, which can withstand a lot of impact. But the most amazing thing is its high temperature resistance. It can withstand temperatures up to 1300 degrees Celsius, and many things can apply this material, right? Holding a cannon, with a bang, a round iron pillar was broken. After breaking all these round iron pillars, the remaining metal is what you want to make. This process is called the riser removal process. The device that looks like a cannon is actually called a pneumatic separation hammer. Initially, place the head of the hammer into the riser. The pipe connected above will supply high-pressure air into the hammer. In the moment of pulling the trigger, the high-pressure air will push the hammerhead lying in the hammerhead to pop out instantly. This powerful force will make the riser break immediately. In addition, if you encounter some risers with small diameters, you can also use a hammer to break it directly. This is mainly related to the casting of blanks. In the process of producing blanks, workers will pour molten metal into the mold. To prevent the metal from filling the mold when it cools down, they will add an extra amount of molten metal at the pouring position. Therefore, every time you pour molten metal, there will be an extra part, and this part will cool at the riser. Finally, workers will carry out the work of removing the riser, just like what we saw at the beginning of the video. The appearance of this pneumatic hammer has saved a lot of physical strength for workers. The operation is convenient and fast. The only thing to note is that when using it, make sure there is no one in front. Can you think of a better method? If construction debris cannot be transported, then crush it right on the spot. This is a powerful machine with steel teeth, and its favorite food is bricks. It can crush bricks into small pieces that can be reused. Every hour, it can crush tons of construction waste. The operating principle is quite simple. Inside the device, there's a spiral auger. When filled with bricks, the machine continuously rotates and compresses them. At the entrance, they are crushed into smaller fragments. The largest diameter of the fragments that fall out from below does not exceed 3 centimeters. Additionally, there's another type of crusher suitable for stubborn stones. After loading the stones, 2 iron plates inside the machine press up and down. This is how the Russian-style crusher works. It's more efficient than the previous method. Dealing with challenging debris is not an issue here. If you think the crushed stone pieces are still too large, consider using a different machine. Its name is the rotary sieve. After loading these fragments, it continuously rotates within a circular basket. Larger stones remain inside, while smaller ones are filtered out. Control the feed, filter at the top of the transport vehicle. The filtered stones are directly poured into the truck's container. It completes both the sieving process and loading onto the truck simultaneously. So, I hope you've gained some knowledge from this video. The soil is like waves, rolling once and immediately becoming extremely soft. This hidden plowing machine is called a heavy-duty plow. In addition to the curved blade buried in the ground, it also has a roller on top. As it leaves the ground, the roller will keep spinning. That is its heavy plowing device. Inside it contains seeds. The top is designed with 2 small doors. Every time the roller rotates half a turn, seeds will fall out from the small hole. While plowing the land, it conveniently sows seeds into the ground. But that's not all. There is a large shield installed in front of the machine. When it touches the ground, all the grass will be directly knocked down. Combined with a high-power engine, this machine can complete heavy plowing work of several acres in an hour. Moreover, even when the seeds have sprouted, it can still plow the land. Replaced by this comprehensive plowing machine, walking on the field, plowing will go around the crops. It can always pass by when it is about to touch the crops. The accuracy can reach 2 millimeters. The reason why it is so magical is based on the surrounding movement system. The installed camera can recognize the color green. It then sends a command to the rotor controller, which can complete the plowing work without harming the crops. So, isn't this interesting? This is a small red boat with a strange shape. It floats on mud, constantly moving while stirring the mud, trying to mix these substances evenly. What is it doing? Actually, it's not a boat, but a stirrer vehicle that can work both on land and underwater. The turbidity in the mud is not soil, but sand and animal manure. The main function of the stirrer vehicle is to mix them evenly, making a sweet special fertilizer. The operating principle is very simple, because this is a smelly job. Therefore, it is designed to operate remotely. After the worker controls the small vehicle into the mud, it will naturally float on the surface. Around there is an exhaust pipe designed. Want to move in any direction, just start the exhaust pipe in the opposite direction, relying on the reaction force to push the stirrer vehicle moving on the water surface. In addition, the front of the machine is also designed with a water outlet pipe. Under it are 2 small water suction pipes using a pump to suck the mixture from the bottom up through the water outlet pipe above to pour out, thus completing the stirring. Every hour can stir out 3 tons of fertilizer. After completing this step, the fertilizer will be poured into the fertilizer vehicle. Then the fertilizer vehicle will spray the fertilizer evenly into the field, completing the fertilization work. So, isn't this interesting? Without the need for sand or soil, just by joining these concrete slabs together, you can pave thousands of square meters of ground in a short time. These standard square concrete slabs were invented to build temporary sites and short-term large sheds. The specialized truck can not only transport concrete slabs, but also is equipped with a vacuum paving machine. The control head of the vacuum paver will suck the concrete slab tightly, then move freely to find the corresponding position on the ground, and then release the slab to complete the paving. Repeat this process and you can pave thousands of square meters of ground in a day, and the splicing is even more convenient. After a heavy rain, you can pave it on a small road in the field, temporarily building a concrete road. Previously, the factory would produce a batch of concrete slabs, pour concrete into the square mold, wait for it to dry, and then be directly transported into the truck by the transport truck. At the same time, workers will use machinery to level the ground. Only a flat foundation can pave a flat road. When the truck arrives at the site, you can see the picture we described at the beginning of the video. There is no need to unload the goods. The machine will suck the concrete slabs and place them on the foundation quickly. Very quickly, you can pave a qualified road. How about it? Do you find this method interesting? Pay attention. Just by raising a stick towards the flame and spraying smoke, you can easily extinguish the fire. This is a new, compact, and effective fire extinguisher. The usage is very simple. First, you need to remove the cap of the stick, then take out the base. Use the flint on the base to gently rub against the activator on the head of the stick. The stick will spray a large amount of white smoke. Traditional dry powder fire extinguishers work by isolating oxygen, while this type of smoke works by decomposing oxygen. The stick is filled with a large amount of special material. Once activated, it will create a chemical reaction, thereby decomposing into nitrogen. This makes the area around the flame lose oxygen, ultimately achieving the goal of extinguishing the fire. Moreover, the reaction product is a type of small white particle. It will disperse into the air, not leaving hard-to-clean dust at the fire scene, and it does not pollute the environment. Small in size and easy to use, whether it's a house fire or a car fire, it can cope easily. The time to spray smoke can be more or less, depending on the version. The time also varies. The most can spray smoke for 1 minute. The most important thing is, it does not need any maintenance and repair. Even if you use an electric drill to drill small holes on it, it does not affect its use. So, isn't this a useful device? Holding two rotating rubber wheels, passing through the fruit orchard, all the fruits that fall on the ground will be picked up. People no longer need to pick up each fruit one by one. This is a machine invented for nut harvesting. In fact, it has more than 2 rubber wheels. There is a smaller one hidden behind, and on the same side there is also a large blower. When working, the side with the blower will walk as close to the tree roots as possible. The purpose is to blow the fruits that the rubber wheels cannot touch under the tree roots to the middle of another road, and the remaining fruits will be pushed into the ground by the rubber wheels. Finally, the harvesting device in the middle position will collect all the leaves. After entering the machine, the built-in blower will blow out the unnecessary leaves, leaving only the fruits that cannot be blown out. This completes the fruit harvesting. It is worth noting that not all fruits fall on the ground. To increase the efficiency of harvesting, another machine has been invented. Under the tree, a large plastic cloth is spread out. The machine holds the big tree and shakes it continuously. The falling fruits will be caught by the large cloth below. When folding the cloth will fold section by section into the collection box, sending all the fruits into the collection box. Then, continue the shaking harvesting work of the next fruit tree. Using this machine to harvest fruits on trees both saves manpower and increases efficiency. What do you think of these methods? Placing a giant turbine into the water, it can generate electricity. This is different from traditional offshore generators. What you just saw was its image during testing. When it actually operates, it doesn't need to be fixed in the sea, but is installed on a special catamaran transport ship. Wherever there is a strong current, it is taken there. When it arrives at the designated area, 2 rails will pull the turbine into the water. The wide current will make the turbine rotate, thus generating electricity. The maximum output power can reach 2 terawatts. It's worth noting that if this 16-meter diameter giant rotates directly in the water, it could harm the sea. Therefore, the center of the turbine is open, allowing fish to swim through. The generator is designed on the outer ring. Each time the turbine blade passes, it generates electricity once. The generated electrical energy is transmitted directly to the storage device on the shore through underwater electricity. The installation process is very simple. First, sink the frame that fits the turbine into the water. Then, the catamaran transport ship will bring the lifting frame to the top, combine the two, and finally use a crane to install the turbine on the frame. However, this catamaran transport ship has no power. You can consider it as a carrier of the turbine. To make it move, it mainly relies on a high-powered ship pulling in front. So, isn't this very interesting? A stream of black, mud-like substance continuously flows out from the pipe. Don't think that this is the process of making clay. You should know that as long as it relates to metal pipe products, over time, there will be the appearance of scratches or rust inside the pipe. The curved pipe makes it impossible for ordinary cleaning machines to approach. Therefore, this kind of black mud was invented. Its name is abrasive flow. The main job is to grind the inner surface of various metal pipes. It mainly consists of silicon oxide or carborundum combined with a soft carrier. Because carborundum and similar substances have hard and wear-resistant characteristics, allowing this substance to carry them through the pipe, it will clean the inner surface of the pipe and bring out the dirt. For example, the machine that we are seeing right now, it puts the abrasive flow into the piston of the machine. When the piston presses down, the abrasive flow will be squeezed out from the outlet. It's worth noting that the viscosity of the fluid varies, and so does the effect. When the viscosity is high, the grinding effect is strong, which can be used for polishing. On the contrary, it is more suitable for removing burrs on the surface. Using this technology to clean the inner surface of the pipe, not only is it effective, but the cost is also low, very suitable for the cleaning work of auto parts. So isn't this quite amazing now that you know about it?